get it right. Let's 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 get it right. You already know what it is, man. It's your boy Dilla T. And this is No Filters. Always appreciate you hitting that like button for me. Subscribing to the channel so you don't miss an episode, and sharing this with the world. And of course, family, when you come in, get comfortable. Get you something to eat. Get you something to drink. Get you something to smoke if that's what you do. Cause you see the title, fam. Oh man, how they try to do you, boy. Let's get into this here.
And if you've seen Michele Lamy online, you probably have the same questions as everyone else.
Glory in the building.
Nails? Why the haunts and facial expressions? And how does someone who looks like a modern day witch become the gatekeeper for the world's biggest A-list
how they doing me, fam?
She's a fashion icon. To truth seekers, she's the industry's most powerful dark handler. But while fans call it art, A$AP Rocky just went on the Joe Budden podcast and admitted something that changes everything. He didn't just talk about her mentorship, he finally addressed the dark energy and disturbing things he simply can't deny are real. And what he revealed confirms exactly who Michele Lamy really is.
Do you believe in God?
I don't know what a God is. I believe, I believe in DNA, I believe that genes have memory, I believe in civilization. I'm more proud of humanity and thinking that people that can behave like incredible human beings are without the help of God.
Very little is known about Michele Lamy, and to the everyday person, she's just a weird old rich fashion designer. But the reality is so much darker. Now, to really get why celebrities are so obsessed with her, you have to look at who Michele Lamy actually is. She didn't just pop up out of nowhere. She was born in France during World War II into a family already tied to the elite. Her grandfather crafted accessories for the legendary designer Paul Poiret. Lamy has been in the industry for decades, and her history is just as strange as her looks. Before she was a fashion icon, she was actually a defense lawyer in France. But she ended up quitting that to become a cabaret performer as she felt it wasn't what she wanted. Eventually, she moved to LA in the 90s and opened up a private spot for celebrities. While it looked like any other high-end restaurant, it was secretly a private industry meetup. A place high-end celebrities went to remove their masks and let loose. If you were a celebrity in the 90s, from Madonna to the biggest actors, you had to go through Michele Lamy to get in. She was literally the gatekeeper. This is where she really started building up that industry handler reputation, which further amplified when she met Rick Owens. Michele Lamy was the one who essentially found Rick Owens. She hired him, married him, and they built one of the darkest, most expensive fashion brands in the world together. A fashion brand that fully embodied the dark, edgy look Lamy had adopted. They recently went viral for an ad they released that shows the two doing the most disturbing things together. I don't even feel comfortable talking about it. If you've seen Michele Lamy, chances are you've questioned everything about her. The first thing people notice is those black nails. She achieves that look by dipping her hands in dye every single day as a ritual. You might have noticed that line on her forehead too. She draws that on every morning. She claims it centers her, but it's nothing but a cult mumbo jumbo. While she is supposed to be a fashion icon, it seems she created this persona that looks like she belongs in a coven, not a fashion show. And because she's always seen mentoring artists like Kanye and Rocky right before they start acting and dressing differently, people have always wondered what she's actually teaching them. Is she just giving these artists fashion tips? Or is she sent in to groom these artists and get them ready for the dark side of Hollywood? Lamy doesn't try to deny she's into the dark side. There's a video floating around where she is approached by an influencer at an event, and the man asks her a very simple question. Do you believe in God?
God is good. God is so good. You know what it says? You don't believe in God? Oh, okay. Can I get a God is good?
Hey man, I need to stop it.
What? Stop, I want to stay. I think what's wrong with God is good?
Asking that question.
Get mad about that. I can spread the word so it is going to do it.
Now, do you see the look on her face? most people would just say yes, or I'm spiritual. But Michele, she whispers something and then just stares at him. She gives this haunting, empty look and basically avoids giving a straight answer. To the everyday person, that look alone is enough to send chills down your spine and let you know everything you need to know about her. In her style, she calls it art or philosophy. But in the real world, it looks like someone who is purposely trying to distance themselves from anything holy. And this is exactly why the industry handler and occult rumors have followed her for decades. It's not just the black nails or the gold teeth. It's the fact that these celebrities worship the ground she walks on, and no one can explain why. Michele Lamy's defenders say people just don't understand her. That's just her fashion creative genius. But is that really the case? Or is that exactly what she wants us to believe? We find the real answer to this question in what Rocky just said during his Joe Budden interview. For years, celebrities pretended like Lamy was just a fashion icon. But Rocky, one of the biggest celebrities she has mentored, just confirmed the darkness is far too real. Usually when people ask Rocky about Michele, he gives the standard "she's my mother" answer, giving her credit for inspiring his early style in the music industry. But this time, Rocky gave up a little more than usual, just enough for us to dissect it and pull the truth from it. When Joe brought up the dark aesthetic and the rumors that Lamy might be involved in some weird industry stuff, Rocky didn't just shut it down like he normally does. Instead, he said something that basically confirms all the rumors and speculations. He literally said, "I can't justify the dark stuff and weird stuff she does."
Off it, and I let them mentor me, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Is hip-hop misunderstanding her?
Who, Michele Lamy? I can't justify the dark shit she do. I think she don't think they misunderstanding it. Like, do she worship the devil? I wouldn't know because she don't do none of that scrapping. But they do have iconography and imagery that looks like it's very, you know.
Like they do the new ad campaign joint with the kissing.
But they gay. Rick Owens gay.
Yeah, but I don't think it's just a gay thing. It's the imagery.
It's dark, bro.
Yeah,
I can't justify that.
Yeah.
I can't justify that shit. Oh, bro, we talking about gay Europeans. Like, we won't understand that. You know what I'm saying? But that's them. I love the fact that I'm comfortable in those rooms. Like, you know, it ain't no spells being casted when I'm around. I can't justify, you know what I'm saying, that I ain't doing no rituals. Like, she just told me about art. She took me Freeze Art Fish. She shot my album cover, and she gave me a nice diamond ring to, you know, do the album cover, the one called At Long Last ASAP. You know what I'm saying? She created, directed a lot of stuff for me, and I'm gonna forever love that lady. You know what I'm saying?
Think about that for a second. This is his mentor, someone he calls mother, and he's openly admitting that he even can't explain or stand behind some of the things she's into. He even went as far as to say, does she worship the devil? I wouldn't know because she doesn't do any of that around me. Now, why would he say that? To a lot of people, that sounds like a low-key confirmation. It's not like he's saying, no, she's just a nice old lady. He's saying, I don't know what she does when I'm not in the room. Now, Rocky did try to play it off by saying, look, they're just gay Europeans. We don't understand that. Basically saying it's just a cultural difference that we see as a code or scary, which is just high-level European art. But then he follows it up by making it clear that he personally stays away from the rituals. He said, it ain't no spells being casted when I'm around. I ain't doing no rituals. This is the part that really makes you think. If there are no rituals and no spells, why even bring them up? Why feel the need to tell us you aren't participating in them? It makes you wonder what exactly he has seen in those rooms with Michele Lamy. Because if you look at Rocky's career, the moment he met Michele is the exact moment his music changed forever. Think about it. Right after Rocky signed his record deal, he was introduced to Michele Lamy. He went from being the pretty Flacco talking about fashion in Harlem to making music that was distorted, psychedelic, and honestly pretty demonic. Michele Lamy groomed Rocky's style, turning him into the gothic rapper he became known for. She gave him that style and that dark imagery we saw when he was blowing up. She was the one behind the At Long Live Last ASAP cover, which is arguably his darkest project to date. This was around the same time he released his music video for his song What's Up, a music video that literally shows Rocky and the ASAP mob performing a satanic ritual in the middle of a pentagram. He can be seen in the video making a pentagram out of salt while his crew stood around him. Now, isn't that interesting? Rocky said in the interview he never participated in any of those rituals.
You know, it ain't no spells being casted when I'm around. I can't justify, you know what I'm saying, and I ain't doing no rituals. Like,
but has a music video where he's doing just that. Obviously, Rocky wasn't being completely honest about his involvement. In another older interview, Rocky was asked about the dark vibe found in his music. He admitted that he was into the dark occult imagery. He was even asked about his possible involvement in dark secret orders, and Rocky said he wishes he was a part of it.
What's the scary voice on your tracks? What's that? That deep. Oh yeah. That you do that?
Yeah.
And you did it just Spotify or whatever?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So what is the purpose? What is it?
It's my signature, yeah.
Okay. I mean, to me it seems a little dark,
I'm a dark nigga. I don't know, man. Like, you know, that's what I'm into. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, it's a little scary.
You know, it's not for everybody.
Yeah.
You know, and maybe it's not for you.
It's probably not for me.
But you listen to problems, right? You get your that, right? You got to move, right?
Yeah.
You got
No problem. Yeah. No, I mean, I'm just wondering. I'm a real I word.
China Illuminati. That don't bother me.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish I was Illuminati. I'd be probably a billionaire. People always talk about this Illuminati stuff. Show me Illuminati. Show me that.
Knowing this and seeing the dark imagery in his music videos, it's hard for me to believe he didn't get involved in the dark side of the industry, especially hanging around someone like Michele Lamy. So the question is, did Michele Lamy just teach him about art, or did she introduce him to the dark side of the industry that lives behind the scenes? On one hand, you have Rocky telling Joe Budden that it's all just European art and that we just don't understand the culture. He wants us to believe that Michele Lamy is just a mentor who taught him about art and gave him a nice ring. But on the other hand, we have the actual footage that proves otherwise. We have the What's Up music video with The Ritual, the At Long Last ASAP era that shifted his entire energy, and Rocky's own words admitting he can't justify the dark stuff she's into. The evidence is pretty clear that she's an industry handler, tracing all the way back to her days in the 90s. Now think about it, is Rocky telling the truth and he's just a student of a fashion icon? I'm not buying it. He's way too deep in the industry and in my opinion, is likely involved in those same dark rituals. In an industry that's already full of secrets, it's hard to ignore the patterns that we all can see. When you see the same dark handlers appearing next to every major artist right before they undergo a massive change, you have to wonder if it's more than just a coincidence. Rocky says he stays away from the rituals, but his music and imagery tells a different story. But I want to hear from you. Do you think Michele Lamy is just a misunderstood artist? Or is she exactly what the rumors say she is? And are you buying into Rocky's denial? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more videos on the truth about the industry. Well, that's it for this video. I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
That's the number one question of all time.
I'm about to start saying I ain't got no girlfriend.
All these things are from my mom. No,
I ain't got no girlfriend, but that. I'm on a road, I'm single. Like, I'm
get that?
I got that.
She's trying to incriminate me. They're trying to incriminate me.
Can I ask you a personal question? And I hope you don't take any offense to nothing. But when I was preparing for the interview, what is the scary voice on your tracks? What is that? That deep. Oh yeah. That you do that?
Yeah.
And then they just modify it, whatever.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So what is the purpose? What is it? Is it like your signature?
It's my signature. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, to me it seems a little dark, a little.
I'm a dark nigga. I don't know, man. Like, you know, that's what I'm into. I'm sorry. You know,
Okay. Well, it's a little scary.
You know, it's not for everybody.
Yeah.
You know, and maybe it's not for you.
It's probably not for me.
Yeah.
I mean,
But you can listen to fucking problems, right? You get jiggy to that, right? You got a boo, right?
Yeah.
You got a fucking
I
problem.
got a lot of problems. No, I mean, I was just wondering. I'm not gonna bring up the I word,
You
but
got Chinese Illuminati. That don't bother me.
yeah.
I mean, I wish I was Illuminati. I'd be probably a billionaire. People always talk about this Illuminati stuff. Show me Illuminati. Show me that, please.
You ready?
I want to know, because I thought that they come and they got money and all this other shit. Nigga, I had to work for everything I got so far. Ain't no Illuminati come and help me with nothing.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I personally, man, I believe in God. I'm a man who fears God, and I pray to God, you know, and I don't go to church that often. I'm not gonna lie, you know, not because I'm not religious. I just don't have
time to. No disrespect. I pray to God every night. I have a relationship with God. I don't have to go to church every time. That's my Lord, and I got my relationship with Him.
Wherever two or more are gathered, you know, that's what the Lord is anyway.
Right? You know what I mean? But most of the time, it's just me on my knees like this. You know?
See what I'm talking about? That's the problem right there, acting like we don't know what's going on in here. No, we see it. We see what's going on, fam. He out here lying. He ain't got no problem with it.
For a decade, the death of ASAP Yams has remained a mystery. In the world of hip-hop, it's always been one of the industry's darkest conspiracy theories. People have always speculated that it was Rocky's entry fee to the 1%. No matter what you believe, we have to acknowledge that the pattern is almost too consistent to ignore. A star on the verge of global superstardom loses the one person who helped them build it. For years, those speculations were never truly proven, until now. Ian Connor, the man who was once close to the ASAP mob, just broke the industry's unspoken code of silence. After years of running with Rocky, he's now exposing him, publicly accusing ASAP Rocky of offering up Yams as a ticket to the next level. Today, we're looking into Rocky's success since that night and investigating the evidence that suggests Ian Connor might actually be telling the truth.
ASAP Yams is the short nigga with the birthmark on his face. That's in all my videos. He made ASAP with me. He helped me with everything from the start. He's my partner.
Put out an album, or every time I'm about to release an album, for some strange reason, man, I always lose somebody close to me.
This is what DJ Duncan. I'm deeply saddened to announce the death of one of the founders of ASAP Mob. Now his name is ASAP Lamborghini, aka ASAP Yams.
I put out an album, or every time I'm about to release an album, for some strange reason, I always lose somebody close to me.
While at first, Rocky's dark aesthetic looked just like a look or a persona to stand out from the crowd, it eventually became evident that Rocky wasn't just playing a character. He was signaling his involvement in the dark side of the industry. His music videos didn't just have high production value, they told a clear story. From the overt occult imagery to the specific symbolism in his visuals, Rocky wasn't just doing this for shock value. He was performing rituals in front of millions. We have all heard the rumors of the industry sacrifices required to reach the 1%. But while most people dismissed it all as fan fiction, someone who was actually in the room is finally talking. Ian Connor, the fashion mogul and former ASAP Mob affiliate, has broken his silence about what he knows regarding ASAP Yams' death. And what he just dropped on social media has the entire industry looking at Rocky, wondering how could he do that to his brother? According to Ian Connor, Yams' passing wasn't just a tragic accident. He's suggesting something much more sinister took place. Ian posted this on social media. However it come, I'm at peace. Rocky killed Yams. I don't even care no more. It is what it is. I stopped speaking on certain stuff once I realized this stuff ain't a physical ego war, but more so a spiritual battle. Certain people are just no good. These words are truly eerie. He isn't just claiming Rocky was somehow behind Yams' death. He's suggesting this was a spiritual transaction. And the timing of all of this is not a coincidence. Just days ago, Rocky sat down with Joe Budden and was questioned about his ties to Michele, the dark queen of fashion, and his involvement in industry rituals. I covered that interview in this video. Check it out after this one if you haven't seen it. During the interview, Rocky tried to play it off, claiming he can't justify her dark aesthetic, but denying he takes part in any of the rituals.
I can't justify the dark shit she do. I think they misunderstanding it. Like, do she worship the devil? I wouldn't know because she don't do none of that shit around me. I love the fact that I'm comfortable in those rooms. Like, you know, it ain't no spells being casted when I'm around. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't doing no rituals.
But the thing is, how can you deny your involvement when your music videos are literally visual blueprints of those same rituals? It seems like Ian Connor saw that interview, saw the denial, and decided it was time to break the code of silence. Now, it's important to note that Ian Connor and Rocky were once close friends and collaborators. He was essentially Rocky's handpicked protege. Back in 2016, Rocky was Ian's biggest offender. When the world was turning against Ian due to various legal allegations, Rocky stood 10 toes down for him. He famously called Ian his little brother and a young visionary, telling the world that he didn't care what the media had to say. They were inseparable. Ian was the face of ASAP Mob's Cozy era and the key player in the All Creative Collective. Rocky even shouted him out in his music. But as close as they seemed, that brotherhood eventually fell apart back in 2023 after Rocky dissed him during a Rolling Loud performance. While performing the song Telephone Calls, Rocky changed the lyrics to call both Ian Connor and ASAP Bari the B word, though Rocky tried to later play it off in the DMs, claiming he just forgot the lyrics. The damage was already done. Ian didn't buy it. He told Rocky to keep his name out of his mouth and off his songs. And that moment marked the death of their close friendship. Now he's telling the world that from what he saw behind the scenes, Rocky didn't just stumble into an ultra-successful industry career. He paid for it with his friend's life. Now, before you say Rocky would never do that to someone as close as Yams, look at the allegations he was just facing. Just a year ago, Rocky was in a Los Angeles courtroom fighting for his life after A$AP Relly, another one of his day one childhood friends, accused him of trying to eliminate him. Relly claimed that after an argument, Rocky didn't just walk away. He pulled out a gun and opened fire on him right in the middle of the street. Even though there was surveillance footage that clearly showed Rocky and a direct witness who ID'd him, Rocky managed to walk away with a not guilty verdict. But regardless of the verdict, Relly is adamant that Rocky shot him, and if that's true, if Rocky is really willing to pull a trigger on a brother over a disagreement, then the idea for a spiritual sacrifice for elite level success suddenly doesn't seem so far-fetched. Now, if you're interested in uncensored deep dives into what's happening in our world, I just dropped a new exclusive video over on Patreon. We're going even deeper into the recent ICE situation, uncovering the stuff that's too heavy for a YouTube upload. If you're one of my members, make sure to check it out after this one. If you want to support the channel and get access to over 50 exclusive videos, the link is in the description. But back to Rocky, because the evidence isn't just in this post, it's in the art itself. Back in 2011, right as he was blowing up, Rocky released the What's Up music video. While casual fans saw a cool aesthetic, others saw something much darker. Rocky was on screen seemingly performing a ritual, signaling his entrance into the world most don't understand. This video came out around the same time A$AP Rocky's father died. The What's Up music video came out in 2012. Rocky said his father died in 2012 as well. Think about that. He drops a video where he's seen doing a dark ritual, and then his father dies right as his music career starts to take off. And the pattern that follows after this is truly alarming. In a much more telling interview from a few years back, Rocky admitted to a cycle that has followed him since the very beginning of his career. He openly stated that every time he is about to drop a major project, he loses someone he loves.
I put out an album, or every time I'm about to release an album, for some strange reason, man, I always lose somebody close to me. My pops, it was Jams, my sister, like, I always lose somebody close to me, you know, feel like, you know, some crazy, like, jinxes, without being superstitious or just paranoid. Like, take a toll, I guess.
Before his debut album, he lost his father. Before his career-defining album, At Long Live A$AP, he lost A$AP Yams. And Rocky didn't just dedicate the album to him, he merged Yam's face with his own on the cover, a literal binding of their identities. Before the testing era, he lost his sister. This happened less than a year before he went official with Rihanna, his billionaire partner and the mother of his children. While Rocky describes this as a curse or a tragic phenomenon, Ian Connor is pointing out what happened to Yams as a sacrifice. He is suggesting that Rocky knows exactly why these things happen, and that rise to the 1% requires a price that most aren't willing to pay. What's that price, you may ask? The life of his brother who started it all. To the casual fans, Yams is just a part of Rocky's entourage. In reality, Yams was the architect. He was the brains behind the A$AP mob, and the sole reason Rocky had a platform to begin with. Yams was deeply connected in the streets of New York City. He spent years as an intern for New York legends like Jim Jones, learning the industry from the inside out. Because of this, he ended up creating a legendary blog called Real N-Word Tumblr, where he blogged about emerging hip-hop. He was becoming known for his unique style that was a blend of high fashion, southern chopped and screw sounds, and Harlem swag, all that was clearly visible in A$AP Rocky's music career. He didn't just find Rocky, he engineered his entire style. Yams was the one who handpicked the beats for Live Love A$AP, Rocky's debut project that made him a star in the first place. He was the one who strategized the organic leak of Rocky's music to influential blogs. His blueprint was so effective that it triggered a massive bidding war for Rocky, eventually leading to a historic $3 million record deal with Polo Ground Records.
I think Yams was like our Puff. Yams wasn't physically making beats and things like that. Like, he was executive producing and A&Ring, and he would reach out to different producers and bring people together because he was heavy into the internet.
Yams was the heart of the A$AP mob. He was the executive producer who ensured the A$AP brand wasn't just a rap group, but a global movement. But just as he was watching A$AP take off, he was suddenly removed from the picture. The timing couldn't have been more suspicious. Rocky was just about to release his second studio album, At Long Last ASAP, a project Yams had co-executive produced. When the album finally dropped, the cover art said it all. It was a strange attempt at a tribute. Rocky's face was fused with Yams' iconic birthmark, resulting in a dark, strange visual, almost making it seem like Rocky had consumed Yams and he was now a part of him. To the public, it was a beautiful sign of respect, but to those who can see deeper, it looked like a permanent signature on a finished contract. The man who gave Rocky everything was gone, and Rocky was left to reap the rewards of the empire Yams helped build. At the end of the day, we're left with two very different versions of the same story. On one side, you have the official narrative, a tragic loss of an emerging hip-hop figure, followed by a curse of coincidences that just happens to strike every time a new album is ready to drop. A story of a man who reached the pinnacle of fashion and music, only to be haunted by the ghost of those lost while reaching that success. On the other side, you have the word of an insider, someone who was there to experience the dark side and see the rituals for himself. Ian Connor is claiming that none of this was an accident. He's telling us that what we've all been noticing is actually real. That dark energy Rocky has been projecting for over a decade isn't just an aesthetic, it's the reality.
That don't bother me. Yeah. I mean, I wish I was Illuminati. I'd be probably a billionaire. People always talking this Illuminati stuff. Show me Illuminati. Show me that.
The pattern is clearly there. The interviews speak for themselves. And now, Ian Connor is connecting all the dots. But as always, I'm just laying out the pieces. It's up to you to come with the conclusion with this information. Was ASAP Yams the price for Rocky's immense success? I want to know what you guys think below. Now, if you want more videos revealing the hidden truth of the industry, make sure to subscribe and like the video so others can see it too. Well, that's it for this video. I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Okay, let's talk about Miss Michele Lamy. Now, if you haven't heard of her, she is Rick Owens' wife. Now, Rick Owens and Michele are supposed to be fashion icons, okay? They're supposed to have this fashion line that all the celebrities are wearing, you know, and I don't know if I've seen somebody wear any of their stuff or not, but they always have a fashion show. And that fashion show always look kind of wicked. But they said that sometimes that makes the best fashion shows, in their opinion. Not in mine, girl, not in mine. But the thing about it is people are asking about her because they seen a couple of videos where she is kissing and hugging on a few of y'all favorites, okay, celebrities. And one of those celebrities being Rihanna. I mean, she was all up in Rihanna's face, and Rihanna was very attentive to her. Now, there's a lot of people around Rihanna, but it seemed like when Michele got on the scene, she was very attentive. Now, Rihanna almost scared half of y'all to death with that photo shoot she did over there where she was mocking religion. She was dressed like a scary nun, and she looked crazy. And we were like, girl, is she going through postpartum? We didn't know what was going on, okay? The girls and the boys was concerned. Well, I don't know if that's Michele designed that photo shoot or not. But we do know that she lately have been hugging and kissing on Rihanna, and Rihanna been hugging and kissing on her back. She also do a lot with ASAP Rocky. Now, we've been seeing ASAP Rocky over there having bedazzled barrettes in his head, carrying purses bigger than Rihanna purses. I don't even see Rihanna carrying a purse, but we definitely see ASAP Rocky carrying one. Now, I know y'all gonna jump in the comment section talking about, oh, that's a man bag. That's just his gym bag. It pink? Pink, baby? Okay. Men can wear pink. Okay, fine, girl. So he over there wearing pink bags, bedazzled diamond barrettes. He over there shining bright like a diamond on his head, girl. His braids got all type of barrettes in it. Nails painted. So Michele Lamy is over there influencing. Now, I don't know if she told him to put the barrettes in his head or what, but she definitely.
Everything.
Some call her a witch with dark energy,
and others claim she is an angel and most brightest soul. Who is Michele Lamy? Michele Lamy is a French cultural and fashion icon known for her eclectic career and distinctive style. Born in Jura, France in 1944, she has been a clothing designer, performer, film producer, and restaurateur. Lamy is the co-founding partner of Owenscorp and serves as the executive manager of art and furniture. She is married to fashion designer Rick Owens and is often described as his muse and creative collaborator. Lamy's career has spanned various fields, including law, cabaret dancing, and running cult restaurants in Los Angeles. She is also known for her unique personal style, characterized by tattooed fingers, gold-plated teeth, and a gothic aesthetic. She has an eclectic and unconventional approach to spirituality and beliefs. As she stated, belief is a way to express a memory of your genes. Lamy looks at the occult as part of humanity. She has a collection of voodoo masks and anthropological artifacts that she finds alluring. She's been described using terms like dark priestess, witch, gypsy, and sorceress, though these seem to be more about her unconventional style than actual practices. At the same time, she insists that people should express who they are, rather than explain. So by embracing certain style and her belief, people show who they are. When we adapt this rule to herself and the fact that she is interested in a cult, we get the bigger picture. Lamy embraces spontaneity and chaos in her creative process. Michele Lamy is often described using terms like witch, but this is more a reflection of her enigmatic and unconventional persona. The myths and descriptions surrounding her include being called a witch, vampire, and other fantastical labels which contribute to her mystique and public image. The black coal line on Michele Lamy's forehead is a significant part of her unique and iconic appearance. This line, made of black vegetable dye, is applied daily and complements her overall aesthetic, which includes black stained fingers and gold-plated teeth. The coal line is often associated with the third eye, a locus of occult power and wisdom. Lamy herself cultivates an aura of mystery and has a strong interest in the occult, despite no factual basis to claim she practices witchcraft in a literal sense. It doesn't mean she doesn't. But the term witch in her context, according to her fans, is more about her dark aesthetic and the cultural myths that have grown around her. Growing up in rural France, Lamy felt different due to her family's dark skin and long hair, which led her to experiment with her appearance from a young age. She has Algerian family background and early exposure to fashion through her grandfather, who made accessories for designer Paul Poiret. She traveled to North Africa at age 17, where she fell in love with the Mazai Berber culture and was inspired by the practice of tattooing faces. This influenced her distinctive look, including her black stained fingers. Lamy studied law in Paris and worked as a defense lawyer for about 5 years. During her law studies, she took classes with philosopher Gilles Deleuze, which influenced her approach to life experiences and learning. After leaving law due to philosophical disagreements with the French legal system, she became a cabaret dancer. In 2019, during Paris Fashion Week, Lamy returned to cabaret performance at Monaco, Paris. She performed twice, dressed entirely in boxing hand wraps. Lamy has worked with various artists, including Marina Abramovic, A$AP Rocky, and Kim Kardashian. Rick Owens is a fashion designer known for his avant-garde and controversial style. His line DRKSHDW reflects his dark aesthetic. His designs explore themes of the macabre and often look like they could have come from an asylum's creative workshop. He has staged controversial fashion shows, including one where models wore other models as human backpacks. Owens is often referred to as the Lord of Darkness due to his exploration of dark and gothic themes in fashion.
You know Rick Owens? Yeah. Apparently he's he calls himself the Lord of Demons, isn't it?
He also makes sculptures of himself, one of which is located at the Selfridges. Here is his wax figure turned into a table. And a chair. and few more sculptures, including a merman. Some of his designs in shows of featured nudity or explicit materials. Owens challenges mainstream ideals of beauty and fashion, embracing what he calls anti-beauty that is still celebrated as beautiful. Owens identifies as bisexual. Before his relationship with Lamy, he had a boyfriend named Rick Castro, who ironically introduced him to Lamy. They met in LA and they worked together on various projects. They worked on Lamy's restaurant. Their partnership has since grown into both a personal and professional collaboration. By the time Lamy's restaurant Les Deux Cafés had started, they were already living together. Michele Lamy has a daughter, Scarlett Rouge, with filmmaker Richard Newton, whom she was with right before Rick Owens. Right now, Owen and Lamy are considered the most influential couple in the fashion industry. Together they work with so many brands that you are familiar with. Like Birkenstock, they created a limited collection of sandals and leggwear styles. Dr. Martens, Owens collaborated on footwear designs. Converse, another footwear collaboration. Adidas, a successful partnership that lasted for several seasons, focusing on footwear designs. Moncler, Owens designed capsule collections for the brand. Champion, an American activewear brand collaboration. And Veja, a French sneaker brand collaboration that lasted for 5 seasons. Lamy set up her own boxing gym, Lamyland in Selfridges, London, and held an installation Art Genius U in collaboration with Dutch photographer Paul Quick. These collaborations have helped expand the reach of Rick Owens' brand and made it more accessible to a wider audience, while also infusing their dark and unique elements into everyday wear.
Yo, what's up, guys? Man, hit that like button, double tap that screen, man. You were here with your boy Dealatofficial. This no filter. Hit that like button. Double tap that screen, man. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss an episode. And share this with the world. Michele Lamy, A$AP Rocky, Rihanna, Travis Scott. Now, I just seen the City Girls, JT City Girls. I just seen her have a meeting with Michele Lamy. Tell you something, man. You out your mind to think for 1 second that A$AP Rocky ain't over there just lying right out of his face. And then that's another thing too. He lying just like Trump and them lying. They do somebody like that in ISIS in Minneapolis and then lie about what happened. And we all seeing it with our own eyes. That boy done did a whole album with Baphomet. Then you over here talking about you don't know what this is. Then you over here talking about... Then you talking fast on Joe Budden. He talking so fast like, listen, I don't know what you be doing or what's going on with it, but a person like that talking like that, he just lying. Pressure is on. We all know it. Because this the thing. It's funny because he know we know it. He know we know it. Michele Lamy, he talking about, yeah, all that crazy stuff. They got a lot of crazy stuff in their house. Shut up, stupid. Boy, if I can see A$AP and just say, boy, you stupid. Is you dumb? You saying we stupid or are you saying you dumb? Which one? Because either one, you need to be smacked for sitting there lying to us right in our face. And we watching everything you done did. So I think in our world, we just want to hear somebody say, yeah, I did it. Or yeah, I shot this person. Or yeah, I worship this. See, we just want to hear him say it. And I think that's the problem. Because Joe Budden could have pressed him and said, for real, fam? Or he should have went on Corey Holcomb, where he gonna ask you a question, and he can pull up the video of you right there. Because at this point, I would have been like, for real, that's what you doing? So you come on my show and you just gonna lie in your face? Look at, you got albums that's got you dealing with Baphomet. And then you talking about, hold up, you telling me, we just watched a 9-minute video about Michele Lamy and her man. They telling everything. We just watched that. And this fool can pull up on Michele Lamy and Rick Owens right now and go have dinner at their house with his shoes off on their couch. He can run around the whole house. And you telling me she don't worship nothing. What? A$AP Rocky should be smacked. He should be let go out of the black community. See, that's what I'm starting talking about. People that can be let go. People that we got to let go. We can't claim them to be black no more. We can't claim them to be real no more. We just can't claim them no more. Because people like Anton Daniels, we can't claim him no more. A$AP Rocky lying right in our face on Joe Budden about you dealing with Michele Lamy every day. And then you sitting there talking about, oh, wow, I don't... And see, the type of liar that he was back in school, let me tell you what's real. The type of liar that he was back in school was one of them liars that we know he did it, and he still will sit there blatantly right in your face and just keep lying. No, he did it, seen them do it, and he'll just keep lying. Right in your face. You got him on camera, everything, and he gonna keep lying. That'd be like them little kids. You remember them kids? Well, I seen you do it, and then show them on the camera that was you. We seen you, and they gonna still sit here and stand here and still lie. That's one of them kids he was. He need his ass whooped bad, cause just blatantly, I would have respected him more that he stood on Michele Lamy and how he moving and who he dealing with. I would have respected him as a man, but I can't. Because the boy wore pearls in his hair. This boy was at Rolling Loud with pearls across his head, like Borex. And I said, I was so just, I was so uncomfortable seeing that. I'm looking at Rolling Loud, the concert that come to Miami, California, wherever it want to go. Okay, that's the name of the concert, of the show. I forgot what they call it, but it's called Rolling Loud. And this man up there with white pearls just running in his head. You can Google it. A$AP pearls in his hair. So in my mind, I'm like, oh my God. And you talking about Rihanna? And then I heard, and this is real. This ain't me making this up. This is real. I heard Rihanna know that A$AP deal with men. And that's what they are. That's their contract. Think about it. He just said that Rick Owens gay. You see how fast he stood up for Rick Owens? How quick he was to come back with a lie, or how quick he was to just come back with something that justifies Rick Owens and the stuff he's doing. He said, but he's gay. What you mean? That's the thing. It's like, bro, we know what y'all on, what y'all doing, but you quick to come with quick face. You quick with a quick response. What you mean? But he gay. What you mean? Okay, so you in the Pentagon, you and your partners on the Baphomet side, and you doing what? Okay, so all the albums you done did, everybody died every time. Okay, cool. So every time on your albums, you got this voice in there that's always saying something about Satan. Okay, so you and Michele Lamy kick it every day, all day. Okay, and you telling us that's your mentor. See, a mentor, A$AP should be smacked. Because if she your mentor, fam, that means she's mentoring you to be like her. She's mentoring you on how you should live your life. She's mentoring you on how you should be in all facets and elements. Don't sit up in here and tell me that you don't do what she do. That's your mentor, stupid. Ninjas be so dumb. Ninjas be so stupid. Ninjas be just lacking brain space. When you lie that much and you a habitual liar, you don't even care what you saying no more. You just saying it You just waking up, you just going about things with no type of organization or no type of nothing. To the point that you gonna tell us she mentors you, but they don't worship the devil around you. What? But everything around their house is devil worshiper stuff. What? What's up? You think I'm lying? Everything that's around the house. You think I'm lying? Hold on, dude. Everything that's around the house.
I was working with a dealer in New York who would send me images of sarcophaguses that were up for auction. Finally, this one came. It was so worth the wait. We call her Liza, after Liza Minnelli. I vote. I'm Rick Owens in Concordia. Factory is across the street.
Okay, now, as we roll through these pictures, and as you can see right now, keep looking at them. This man is showing you stuff in his house that is letting you know what he got going. Look at this. This was in his house. He got a skeleton head cracked. You don't even know what this is. This look like some old something that just where the Egyptian people was dying in or something. I mean, and then a lot of this stuff he's explaining. A lot of this stuff he's explaining where it come from too. That's another reason why you got to understand it. A lot of it, he just keep looking. He's showing you, you know, like a cat says Egyptian tomb, right? Cool. But it's like these sculptures and body situations are not based on life. The artwork in this man's house is based on death. Say that again. The artwork, the decor in his home is based on death. It's not based on life. Because there is nothing in his world that's saying smile, sunshine, roses, daisies, happy, smile. Everything in his world is dark, dense, no life. And you could just look at him. Look how he dressing. He just looks like, you know, just everything just looks so dense. You got $1 billion, but yet death is all around you. See, that makes no sense to me. He looked like the Walking Dead. You ain't lying, Lori? So when we looking at these things, fam, these are things to him as he is saying and calling it fashion, when really we know it's not. We know this is demonic walk, demonic everything. And you have to understand, demonic is a way of life to people. Just like God and positivity is a way of life to you, negativity and the devil is a way of life to people. You have to give people that. That's the way of life to them. They choosing that. They've chose that. And it's crazy because when you see these things that he has going on in his life, darkness, look at it, he got something just hanging looking retarded. But it's the fact that you have to worship the worst. You have to worship the most terrible demonic things to come up with the stuff he's coming up with. No man or no woman would not be coming up with this just off the top of their mind. Because God has given us life, and that more abundantly. That has not come with the spirit of fear. Detroit, Michigan in the house. You get what I'm saying? Hit that like button, subscribe, family, you heard. You understand what I'm saying? That's the realness of what I'm saying. God being the creator, you need to know what came with that. This did not come with that. Choice did this. Rick Owens chose to live like this, chose what he wants to worship, chose what he likes, chose what he wants to believe in the manner in which he wants to believe in it. You understand what I'm saying?
Stone. I thought.
Hey yo, what's up guys, it's your boy the True Secret 101 back with another video, and on today's video I'm going to hopefully open your eyes up to the existence of witches in the 21st century. And I bet some of you watching the video are asking yourself, is this guy insane or trolling? And I understand why you would think that it sounds pretty insane for me to utter such a statement, but in this life we live in, no one should have that type of mindset, because when your eyes are open to most or the full truth of this reality we live in, you'll be aware that the truth is usually stranger than fiction. And not only that, if you sit back and deeply think about this question I'm going to ask you, you'll probably believe in the existence of witches in the 21st century. And the question is, if there is evidence in history that shows witches once existed on this planet, what makes you think they don't or can't exist today?
Right.
Or what is the probability of them existing in this day and age? Well, I'll answer this.
I like what he's saying. He said, if witches existed, what makes you think they don't exist no more? You understand what I just said, Chris? You heard me, Kat? Do you hear me, Lord? You heard me, Theo? If witches existed, and think about it, the movies we watch, Netflix, Prime, all of that, all of the witches stuff on there, all of those things. There's so many witches and warlock movies and series. But if you think about it, I didn't trip off that. If witches existed, what makes you think they don't exist no more? When they talked about Beyonce being in a relationship with that female drummer that was a part of her all-female band, saying she was in a relationship with that girl, real life. That girl went out and said, hey, Beyonce just casted a spell on my cat. This girl just won't leave me alone. She just tried to make my life a living hell, literally, all the way down to her animal. If you ever heard about somebody putting a hex on somebody, you better know life is real. You better know that's real. You better know that who is that? Erykah Badu. The relationship she had with Andre 3000. You better know his life has changed forever. That boy hurt the wrong person feeling. Because there's no way his life got him in a box to where he's still just searching. Searching. Somebody didn't put something on you. Psychologically, mentally. You in a sunken place. You have to understand with demons have to operate in a source. That's why they move about daily. That's why the devil is the prince of the air. They seek whom they can devour. You understand? They are seeking whom they may devour daily. They are seeking what situations they can come in. They're looking for the doors. They're looking for the cracks, the crease, the seam to open. They just need to open it to come in and operate. You must not open up that door. You must not open up that seam. You must not operate negatively to give them that crease to step in and operate you. Because that is truly what's happening here. Demons continually, daily, seek whom they can devour, and they find openings to walk in people's body and operate. And then you have those people that wake up and worship and ask that demon to come in daily. People like Michele, Lamy, You walking around talking about you don't believe in God. You just believe in us and whatever we want to do and what we want to express. But they say that to tell you the lust of the eye, the lust of the flesh, and pride of life. That's why they keep telling you, just like Castanet, that's why they keep telling you, live free, die hard, live free, do what you feel you want to do. Jamie Foxx telling him life ain't nothing but just the time here as you manage it. He didn't say nothing about God, purpose, your soul. Where will you be for eternity? He ain't saying none of that. That man is sitting here talking about every time they tell you to just live free and do what you feel to express, that's them telling you to listen to lust. That's them telling you to listen to flesh. Every time they tell you to express what you feel, live by no rules, feel nothing, just do you. That's them telling you to operate in flesh. Because only flesh will do that. You're going to feel it, you're going to lust for it, and you're going to be prideful in it. Which at some point is going to feed the ego. And you're going to continue to do it the next day and the next day and the next day. You better hear me today. You better hear me today. You better hear me today. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. You about to learn something. I'm trying to learn you something here. You learning something here. You learning something here. If you continue to hear rappers, athletes, celebrities, Castanet, bust out and tell you, just live and do whatever you want to do. You see how hard he was? Go back and look at the video that we did. Castanet talking about, I can't believe this. I'm about to get into the fashion industry. And I'm saying, that's what I'm saying, chat. Don't worry about it. You can do whatever we want you to do because that's all you have to do. Just do you. Do whatever you feel. Nobody can stop you. Nobody can hold you. Nobody can tell you what to do. Live by what you want to do for you the way you want to do it in your manner. And he telling me right now that ain't about to operate your flesh. You telling me those things that you desire don't become fire in those moments? Now that everything you desire, everything you're thinking, everything you're feeling, everything matter of fact, you can't even have nothing on your mind. You can just walk into a situation, just desire it, and you just gonna move on it without having no organization, no thought, no defense, nothing to say. Hold up, God, what am I in? I might make a decision that could change the next 5 minutes of my life because I just felt it, or because they telling me to just express how I feel today, or just operate with no morals. You see that? They trying to tell you, forget your morals, forget what you talk, forget what you learn. Just do what you feel. Just do what you desire, what you think, with no guidance. No thought of tomorrow. No thought of your kids. No thought of your decisions coming up in a month. No thought of what you're going to be like in 5 years from that one decision you about to make. Because they told you, live by you, not by nobody else. What a shame. What a shame for those that don't know. What a shame for those that think that made sense. That's why Albert Pike, you can look up Albert Pike. Do you know who Albert Pike is? Albert Pike, he was a 33rd degree Mason from back decades, generations ago, centuries, right? Albert Pike, okay? Albert Pike. He came up with the term that says, do what thou wilt. Let me say that again. Albert Pike came up with the term, do what thou wilt. At some point, I seen Jay-Z, when he came out with that song, Death of the Auto-Tune, because he was mad at T-Pain for getting money all of a sudden. You know, when T-Pain was on his reign of terror, getting money, all of a sudden Jay-Z want to come in and hate on him. But I get what he was doing because we all was looking at hip-hop like it was taking a left turn and starting to do singing and auto-tune stuff. And that became a problem for people like us that do bars, that got bars, things like that, right? Hip hop. So Jay-Z steps in and makes a song, Death of the Auto-Tune. And in that song, he said, I might work black for 5 years straight. Let me say that again. Do what thou wilt is the whole of the law. That's real, Theo. But that also is an open door to hell. Okay? So when we're talking about Jay-Z putting on that shirt, and then Jay-Z doing that, the auto-tune, and then him talking about I might work black for 5 years straight, that's what happened. All of a sudden, the game got dark. Everybody started wearing black. Videos wasn't colorful no more. You never seen nothing else. Regular colors, regular video vixens with this on, none of that. Everything was just black and white, period. Okay? So when we talk about how that transition like that and how they made that move on that, I bring that up because even in that, that's when it really began about them publicly telling us what they about to do and the way they about to do it. And that was a message to his fellow elitemen about what time it is and what phase they're in. Okay? We didn't know it then, we know it now. But the good part about knowing it is that I can learn you something about it. So I'm telling you now again, you even hear somebody again telling you to do what thou wilt or just do you. Oh, they don't want you following nothing. Your morals are nothing. They want you to die from your desires. But yet God said, I give you your heart's desire. What? So how am I rock with you on that, fam? And you want to kill me for me desiring what I want. But when the Lord tell me he'll give me my heart's desire and I can still live. Somebody ain't heard that. Somebody ain't heard that. Somebody ain't heard it. Because I feel like that just made sense. I feel like that just made sense, Chris. You feel me, Lord? I just felt like I made real sense right there. Somebody didn't get it. Somebody didn't hear it. Somebody didn't grasp it. Somebody didn't feel it. Why would I do the desires of me when God, who created me, can give me the desires of my heart? That will allow me to still have life and that more abundantly in that. I'm learning you something right now. We continue to hear this, but nobody knows what it means. You finally just got what it meant right now. They want you to desire you and lose you and live and die. But when God said, I can give you the desires of your heart, you still can live and then have life more abundantly. You better start listening. You better start learning. You better start rolling with who wants you to live forever. Because it'll be so bad. For me and my fam here at No Filters, hit that like button, double tap that screen right now. Like I hit it right now. It'll be so bad to see you in a different place from where we are. And us having life and that more abundantly while you are going through something that you can never change for the rest of your life. That don't go right, fam. See, I can love God, Jesus, and still love music. I can still love what I do and still love God. I don't think people think that way. I don't think they see it like that. People feel like if I love this, I can't love that. Well, no, hold on. I make music. I love music. But I can love God because he created me and who I am and who I am in debt to. We all come short of the glory of God. We all have sinned and come short of the glory of God. But the funny part is, you got to work out your own salvation. regardless. I'm just here to give you a little direction if you hear something retarded. Somebody coming out talking about just live your life and don't care about nobody and nothing and just live it, you must be retarded. You can't live like that because you'll end up finding yourself in death, and death is bad. And find yourself in a situation that you will never get out of. So I'm telling you right now, you better think before you do something. You better think before you do what you desire. Let me say that again. You better think before you do what you desire. Because if it was up to them, they would want you dead. Hit that like button, double tap that screen, subscribe right now. It's free. Become a member today. Don't forget, bang! We got the No Filters raffle coming in 2 days. One woman, one man will win a No Filters hoodie. Your choice, your color. Signed by your boy Dilla T. Sponsored by Nene Love Savvy TV. You got a chance. You got 2 days. You got today and 2 days. You got today and 2 days to send your money to the Cash App, fam, to the Super Chat. Your $5. I ain't lying. You better, that two, we gonna add you up. Put your name in the raffle. You gonna win that t-shirt if you put that $2 in. You gonna win that hoodie if you put that $5 in. You hear me? Get it in there. You get your raffle. Everybody that done won, then got they hoodie, got sent straight from here to them. You understand? First class. You hear me? So I'm telling you again right now. Bam! Don't forget, No Filters raffle coming back at you. At the end of the month, we ready. Making sure that we understand what we doing. Hit that again. One member will win. One woman, one man. No Filters raffle. Get your money in. Get your donations in. All is welcome. Never forget, No Filters 314@gmail.com is the connector, is the hitter, is the way. We got the P.O. Box coming that if you want to send your boy Dilla T anything, we all is welcome. P.O. Box will be tapping in and coming together. Also, never forget, one member will be going live with your boy Dilla T. Coming up. We're getting ready. We put it out there this month, and we're ready next month to go live with one of you, a member of No Filters family, going live with your boy Dilla T. Cooking whoever getting cooked. That's what we're doing, and that's the way we're going to do it, because that's the way it needs to be done. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. Let's go.
Second question for you. And the answer is the probability of them existing in this day and age is pretty high because of the existence of a particular individual that goes by the name of Michele Lamy. Who is Michele Lamy, you might be asking? Well, I'll tell you who Michele Lamy is. Michele Lamy is a 73-year-old female who is known for being a producer, designer, musician, and creative according to Google and her job list. She provided herself. But if you dig deep enough into who Michele Lamy really is, you'll realize that's not all she's known for. And you'll also realize who she really is behind closed doors. Thanks to me, you guys won't have to be doing any research or digging deep into who Michele Lamy really is. All you guys gotta do, if you're interested in this topic, which it looks like you guys are, since you made it to this part of the video. And since that's the case, I suggest you keep watching till the end to find out how and why Michele Lamy is a devil-worshipping satanic witch.
Followed by a few more days of winter. To chase the Pacific horizons, I will need an infinity of lives. I will need an infinity of lives.
And how she presents herself is so much about like bewitching people, and I love watching that. You know, I love watching her work and the power.
when I see her paintings and all her things, I'm so surprised. Where is that coming from? I'm sort of speechless. And why are you doing it? Why are you telling this story? Why it's come out? I will be super scared.
So used to saying Michele, and she asked me to. You know, when we started working together, because she got sick of me screaming in the middle of the restaurant, "Mommy!" You know, my parents never gave me any limits. My father was making kind of erotic films, and I was watching them at age 5, you know, and if I showed them to my friends, they all run home and like crying to their parents, and I'm just like, what's wrong? Like, I don't get it.
I went all over the world. I changed life, I studied this, I did something else. With instinct, they follow a flow of attraction and try to make a living out of it, and I'm still unable to analyze why I went from law school to be doing striptease, not at the Crazy Horse. We are doing this in Little Fair with some transvestite women. It was like a world that was very interesting. I did law school. I became a criminal attorney for a little bit. You know, it's something very useful. Everybody should do it. But at the same time, for 2 years, Gilles Deleuze was giving class there. I follow that, and you know, I'm totally Deleuzian. After this, so that was very important. For some reason, somebody thought it was clever to give me sex cases to embarrass me. I mean, you know, I was 21. I was very innocent of the world. I was pretty fascinated. I was spending a lot of time in jail talking with those guys. And then moving to New York, moving to LA, following some things that I cannot explain why. It was just because of a song or a book or thinking it was the right time. What is in the family is that we eat well. To me, like traveling, you need a chef and a DJ. And then you are on. I knew I wanted to move to the States, and my brother told me, oh, you should go to LA because it's New York on the Riviera. I love New York, I love the Riviera, and one day. Like I thought, yeah, like everything is possible. The first week I was there, I got 2 tickets. One for jaywalking, the other one because I did not have a bra on the beach. They were both $75 each. But wow, that was in '79. But you know, in LA, it's so much fun, and then people are having one day, I cannot eat carrots anymore. You are going to poison me with those carrots. It's carrots in there. Meantime, I'm drinking 5 vodka martini. Sugar, please. But it's what I love about LA. Everybody with their own rules.
She taught me a lot of things, but not saying them. By not actually talking about them. Just by me observing and being around her and watching her work. For Michele, all that is so intrinsic into who she is. So in a way, I don't have a language to talk about you.
Now I realize that Rick was the first one to ask you to do a mural because he loved what you do, but he thinks you are talking too much. So in the mural you say it all.
So I say it all, exactly. Because I make a narrative. And I guess when I'm doing a little painting, it's hard for, you just see like a little frame of the story. I make collages. And then I try to figure out what the flow, and then I choose certain lines that I'm going to use, and then I try to choreograph it. Americans love to talk about fighting for peace. That doesn't make any sense. You can't fight for peace. You're either peaceful, or you have peace, or you're being peaceful.
But you see how she just said, like, and that kills me, because people that are living how she was raised sound stupid. Because she at 5 years old was watching erotic films. Things that a child should be watching at 5 years old. Period, right there. So people like this, you can't listen to. People like this will mislead you and your kids. You understand me? White, black, indifferent, I don't care. You cannot listen to people like this. She was raised the wrong way. And she would think that she's normal, but no, you're not. It's not normal. You watching erotic stuff at 5, you saying that your parents gave you no limit. That's not normal. Because we have a limit that allows us to know how far we can go with our lives and what we do. If that's the case, all my daughters will be able to do whatever they want at an inappropriate age, and I should be okay with that? See, I'm listening to stupidity, but it don't skip my ear, Lori. I heard it too. 5 years old erotic, then you talking about your friends is like, oh, they running out the house going home crying, and you like, what's wrong? What happened? They looking at you because you stupid creature. You're 5 watching erotic stuff that your parents let you because they don't care about you. They think it's funny and hip. Or whatever they went through. They want you to go through what they went through. That's sad. Because it's so many ways to not go through what your parents went through. Let me say that right now. Let me say that again. It's so many ways for you to not go through what your parents went through. So when she said that people in the USA talking about fighting for peace, that makes no sense. What? Stupid? Yeah, it do make sense, especially slaves. Or especially people that's never had peace, meaning when they come outside, what they got to do. People that have peace in their house where they live at, in the area they're in. Yeah, they're fighting for the keep peace. Even if they have it, they're fighting to keep it. We fighting to get it, and we going through a fight in Minneapolis with the police. Or the fake regime. The fake Trump regime. What are we talking about? So you sound stupid, little girl, that was watching erotic films at 5 with your ignorant, dumb parents that allowed you to do that, and now you're raised, and now you're a grown dummy. And that's what's going on in the world. You coming up with these parents that don't care nothing about you, and raise you like your dog, raise you like your, man, they'll raise you like they don't care because they letting you do whatever you want to do. So clearly they don't care about you. If they care, they're going to say, oh, hold up, don't do that. If they care, they're going to say, hold up, don't do that. If they care, don't go that way. Because I care about you going that way, and what's over there that's going to harm you. Mentally, physically, emotionally, psychologically, whichever way, spiritually. You can't go, hold up, don't do that. You can't do that. See, it matters to stop them. But yet, it's parents like that that raise this trash right here that I will allow her mouth to say. At 5, she was watching erotic stuff. Hit that like button, double tap that screen for this stupidity.
I mean, about Michelle, I think I just love this amazing, like, eccentric witch, like, aura she gives off. You know, she's changed a lot. But before it was, you know, sort of baggy and colorful, and then so she got with Rick, and then he started.
She loves this eccentric witch energy that she gives off. She just loves it. Clearly, your daughter a witch too. Am I lying? I know I ain't tripping. Okay, Lord. Your daughter a witch too. What we talking about? A fairy? Fairies is out here. Hey man, let me tell you something, man. Anything that we seen in the Disney book is real. Is walking witches, walking fairies, all of that out here is walking warlocks. You better hear me, Lori. You better hear me, Theo. The daughter is a witch or a fairy. Period. And you talking about you love this give off witch. You love it because you worship it. You love it because you indulge in it. You love it because you bask in it. All sacrifice, all sex rituals, all dark magic. You invite in because you've been raised in that darkness. Y'all really gonna sit here and act like this ain't this? This stupid girl sitting here praising her mother. A witch. And this lady is in the music industry. You gotta go see her just to put your album out? I done seen these people, man. JT from City Girls. Why you starting to go see her all of a sudden? Your album ain't selling? Okay, so you been gonna sell your life away and then you gonna get her the millions you need. I'll be surprised, and I won't be surprised if Cassinet pulled up on this lady. Yeah, he left for how long? Yeah, wherever he left and went to, it was a demonic place. I don't want to hear. I don't care what nobody's saying. That's what that was. Because that boy back, nails painted. He got on clothes that ain't his. And that boy looked like he about been cloned or something. What we talking about? Because at this point, we paying attention to it all. And at this point, it ain't nothing but a repeated action. The way they sacrificing and the way people faces is looking and the way nails is being painted and the way cloning is being done. These clones is losing weight in their face. Oh man, let me hit it again. Let me say it one more time. Lori, these clones is losing weight in their face. Pay attention to the next clone. You'll see they losing weight around her in their face. Their cheeks ain't matching with their mouth. Everything is coming down and then it sits back like a skeleton face. I'm trying to learn you something here. You better hear me. I know what you see. I know what you've heard. I know what you repeatedly keep looking at. We all see it. I'm just ain't scared to say nothing about it. Double tap that screen, hit that like button. We cooking.
Clothes, it all of a sudden got much more sort of elegant and sort of gauze, sort of rough around the edges, you know. And I guess I sort of, you know, adopted that too, except for now I'm actually more into color, so I'm, you know, I'm like the only one who orders like Rick's stuff in color.
The tattoo on my fingers, they are a version of what could be some Berber artwork. So I always look at it. I would never have a tattoo like somewhere I cannot look at. It's a combination of a lot of rings from France. The main thing is that to go with the tattoo. I'm always wearing them. Yes, some days the combination is right, some days the working process. So I'm doing this with the crayon, but I'm getting up and it's the first thing I do. My head does not function.
You know, so it's just, even, you know, during the day, you have to be dressed like you're going to a cocktail party. It's hard for me to always be dressed up. It's not necessarily so much about people looking at me, but about the work that I'm making. I don't want to ruin this dress. I don't want to paint in it.
I'm playing with my teeth. One inside the gold. It's always something practical, you know. The time when all of a sudden it was like, my God, what did you put up in our feelings? You have to change it. And I had found in LA some kind of new age artist that was all about taking the feeling and putting gold. He put little diamonds in it to bring the light to you or whatever. So I did this thing for the feelings. And then I say, shit, I guess man, all this money and all these good vibes in those teeth there, we don't.
Shout out to Paul. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. Paul said Marina Abramovic. Now, Marina is really off the chain. So if you was to put Marina Abramovic and Michele Lamy together in one room, boy, you might see a creature come out of there. You hear me? That's how demonic, that's how bad Marina and Michele is. Let me say that again. You put Marina Abramovic in a room and you put Michele Lamy in the same room with her. Leave them in there for a day or night. You come back to that room, you might see a creature come walking out of there with them. You hear me? The level of conjuring, the level of cooking. They even do, what's that called? Spiritual cooking. What's they call it, Theo? Abramovich was doing at that one point, spirit cooking. What they call it is something like that, spirit cooking events. There you go, Paul. Paul with me. Shout out, Paul. Yeah, she is, Paul. Hit that like button, Paul. We calling people who they is over here. We ain't thinking nothing. See, that's the difference, Paul. We read the headline here, Paul. And then we read in between the line, Paul, to inform, understand, and be aware, Paul. That if it walk like a duck, Paul, talk like a duck, Paul, it's a duck, Paul. Yeah, Ain't no rethink nothing. Marina Abramovich off the chain, Paul. Michele Lamy off the chain, Paul. They rock with the Satanists. They rock with demons. Yeah, we ain't thinking nothing. Spirit cooking. Marina Abramovich be doing spirit cooking. You understand? Marina Abramovich be doing spirit cooking and Michele Lamy be whipping it together. So when I tell you, I seen Marina Abramovich and Jay-Z doing a private session of some type of music. And he sitting her doing all this crazy stuff with her. Like she guiding him. They touching each other foreheads and all of this. Like they on some go crazy, you feel me? And I said, what? Cat in the building, good night, cat. You feel me? So I'm like, so that's what I'm saying. Marina and Michele off the chain.
See, so I was in the gold, I wanted more gold. So I started in the front with wine.
See, you see that?
And I
almost lost my lip.
So then they are always gold.
Talk about
I'm not going to have this white. No, Snoop Dogg is my idol. I don't know, in all those years, I think it's just always right, style-wise. And I like his attitude. It's part of the life and doing it the right way. This one was out of this world. We cannot call it a fashion show in a way. This was an intense moment of joy that makes you feel like you belong to the world, and this world is bigger than the little world of fashion shows. Rick design furniture, and I take it from there and I make it up, and it's falling in love both sides because I'm falling in love with the artisan. The love story with a lot of shaking and stuff. That's we are going now to our stone cutter, marble guy, and one of those artisans in Paris. We are doing a bench. That is one head of the bench. That is the second head of the bench.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
And then there is the plaque that is not finished. So that goes right inside. So it's black marble. With Rick, we only work with black and white marble with no vein. But of course, they are the most difficult to find. Super complicated to make. And it looks like you found it in the ground. Rick had an amazing eye. For the furniture, he gave me like little drawings like this. And after I have to go. So it's something where I feel very creative also, working with people, finding material. I love the process of stuff. This is my life. The things that I love.
Black marble.
So then Michele,
black,
as she likes to, to drag and push and bring people together, she's like, Scarlett, you should, you've been talking about the sculpture, you should make the sculpture.
So the idea came from this idea of the lost feminine, but also like the fertility goddess. But then what does that mean today? Like that fertility goddess was like, I can't give anymore. I have to consume. So the passage where life comes from is now this mouth. And we moved to this very masculine dominated culture, which has destroyed the planet. The earth, and we as a humanity, the family that we are, need the balance with the mom or with the feminine. Because without that, there is no cycle of life. We forgot that we are part of an organism and that we have to respect that.
I think the earth is so beautiful.
See, that's, and what I just say, did I just not say this, fam?
But also like the fertility goddess, but then what does that mean today?
Look at this goddess, fam. Just trip off this. Just look at
Sure,
the
you should
body.
make the sculpture. But so,
Look at this sculpture. Like, look at that. Just look at that. So she's saying that's supposed to be a woman. And the woman is fertility goddess, and that the woman is not consuming nothing more. But now she's about to take, or she's not giving anything more. Now she's taking more. So they're saying instead of her giving life, now she's going to be taking life. That's what her stomach represents, the mouth. And now she's going to be taking life instead of her just giving life to the body, giving life to us as organisms. And I'm like, if you can listen to what she's saying, that's how you know. This is the girl that was watching erotic stuff at 5 years old. And now you coming up with this? This is what you think is fashion? This look like some old sculpture from Africa, fam, that they was worshiping. That's what they look like. But you telling me you have, and see, she has to explain this. Like, you can't even look at this in the museum and know what this is. She has to explain some whatever this supposed to be. You know what I'm saying, man? Come on, fam. What? Come on, Lord.
The idea came from this idea of the lost feminine, but also like the fertility goddess. But then what does that mean today? Like that fertility goddess was like, I can't give anymore.
She can't give anymore.
I have to consume.
Consume.
So the passage where life comes from is now this mouth. And we move to this very masculine dominated culture, which has destroyed the planet. The earth, and we as a humanity, the family that we are, needs the balance with the mom or with the feminine. Because without that, there is no cycle of life. We forgot that we are part of an organism and that we have to respect that.
And I think the earth is so beautiful. I have the feeling that I've felt a good sense of not trying to.
See, like me, fam, I would respectfully respect them if they would just tell the truth about everything they're doing and what they believe in.
Do or see what I don't like. I like to see there is like nothing here, what can we do? You know, it's like when I did Les Deux Cafés, that was a parking lot. So for me, that's the joy. There's a parking lot. You ask people, can I do something on it? And then what do? We do a garden, and the garden is coming.
Oh, Michele is, she's very strong and she's a very positive person. And whenever I get a little emotional, she's like, no, you shouldn't feel that way. You're being silly. You know, this is the solution. Just do that, you know, and very businesslike about feelings. It's not that she's not feeling them. She has them. And she's not going to let her mind focus on them. Maybe I'm more like an emotional warrior, where I'm like, well, I'm going to walk right into this pain right now, and I'm going to feel it.
It's scary what she does in a way. It's something that you need to be strong or totally in conscience and having like the freedom to say, well, I'm just doing this because I have fun doing it, but at the same time you have to make a living or staying like you have to justify yourself.
That's the reason why Michele is not fully an artist. She doesn't want to go and sit in her pain. And she doesn't want to suffer. She doesn't want to be vulnerable.
It's something that does not come to my head to say, oh, I should have been doing this. So I always think there was a reason and it's nice. Yeah, I have a good nature. I always find something beautiful.
She doesn't reinvent herself, but she's done so many different things. She didn't let anything get her down or stop.
How do you expect beautiful out of darkness? How do you expect to see something that gives life or make you feel alive when there's nothing but dents and death around you? Michele don't look like nothing that make you happy. And even if you have a problem, she don't look like she gonna make you smile. She's there to tell you, don't feel nothing, just keep going. That's what she's there to tell this girl. Don't feel nothing, don't bask, don't dwell, don't think, don't take heed. Just keep going. And that's the message I think that she's giving out to the world. Like, why do you care? Why be vulnerable? Why be this? Why that? If you feel it, stop feeling that. Feel this, do this. And that's inhuman. That's unhuman like. I don't see, like Theo just said, beauty can't come from evil. And when people be like, that's a beautiful problem. Only time it's a beautiful problem is when it's two goods and you're trying to see which one is great. Woo, let me say that again. Only time it's a beautiful problem when it's two goods and you want to know which one is great. People think a beautiful problem is a real sick situation that they like. A real messed up thing that they love. No, that ain't it. That's deception. And I think people have definitely mistreated and screwed up a lot of things when it comes to beautiful problems. Because in my world, a beautiful problem is two goods finding out which one is great out of the two goods. It's never the problem that we look at as beautiful. That's wrong, that's deception, and that's deceit. And we can't allow that or people like this to continue. I wanted you to see Michele Lamy and who she was in her own state of who she is in her own place. And you knowing and being able to see it is to give you more of an idea of why we chose this topic tonight and why we know further that we cannot continue to be staying down and letting people like this rule the earth or walk the earth and think that they are the ones that's controlling the earth. This is our home, this is where we live, this is where we stay, and those beliefs and those type of people are not welcome, fam. Because at the end of the day, they after your kids, not you. As always, fam, you know what the level is, what it ain't. You know where I appreciate each and every one of y'all pulling up tonight at 9 p.m. Monday through Friday with your boy Dilla T. Making sure that we bringing light to darkness and making sure that we up in the building for making the headline, but we here ready to read in between the lines. As always, fam, I truly appreciate you taking your time up, man, taking your time out, making sure that you get you something to eat and something to drink when you pull up on me. Making sure that you understand that we're here to inform, understand, and be aware that if you walk like a, talk like a, we know what it is, and that's a duck. And we duck hunting season all day. As always, fam, I truly appreciate you just caring about pulling up, being a friend, being a family member. As always, I appreciate you hitting that like button, subscribing to the channel so you don't miss an episode, and sharing this with the world. I truly appreciate you becoming a member today. And if you want to be a sponsor, you can always join No Filters family each and every Monday through Friday, 9 p.m., making sure that you know what's going on in the way that we do it. As always, fam, you know what it is, man, when you come in. You make sure you get you something to eat. You make sure you get you something to drink. You make sure you get you something to smoke if that's what you do. Because you see the title, fam. You are here with your boy Dilla T, my fam. And this is No Filters. Good night, family. Y'all be safe. It's love.